Welcome to another episode of Hard Factor, presented by the Barstool News Network. It is Tuesday, April 28th.
There you go.
Tuesday, April 28th, 2020. This is day number 2 of the clock being back, which I didn't really actually pull up, so I'm actually not going to be as harsh today anyways. A lot of pushback.
I don't even think you have a clock.
I didn't pull it up, so I'm going clockless. I'm going by the clock in my head today.
28th, it's my 2-year anniversary, so I won't be on tomorrow's show.
Oh, congrats.
We record the night. Yeah,
Congratulations.
Tonight is my 2-year anniversary.
Brass or wood or
cotton.
Cotton?
It's cotton and some
Easy.
bullshit. It's like paper than cotton. Yeah. Exactly.
Q-tips.
Oh,
there you go.
easy.
Love you.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Here's a shirt.
very cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, that's those anniversary gifts will get you. Yeah. So anyhow, don't really have the stopwatch up. So hopefully this stays 30 or 40. We'll see. Today we've got 8 incredible stories on tap. Pat, get us going.
All right, guys, there's an old saying. You don't fuck with the people that handle your food. And unfortunately for the meat-loving Americans everywhere, the bastard that is coronavirus doesn't give a shit about idioms, probably because it feasts on souls and not chicken. But that's exactly what it's been doing. It's fucking with people that are making our food, and it seems there are going to be some major consequences because of it, guys. It's not good.
That does not sound good.
No, much like
It's
medical...
like-
I'm sorry, well, yeah, go ahead.
No. I just have so many questions. I want to hear more.
We're going to get into it. So much like medical professionals, grocery store staff, and nail technicians in Georgia, the men and women who work in the meat processing plants around this country haven't had the luxury of quarantining at home because getting food onto our tables is most certainly essential. And despite their best efforts to social distance and wear what little protective gear that is available to them while at work, these workers have been getting sick, which has in turn been forcing the closure of meat processing plants all around the country, effectively throwing a big fucking monkey wrench right in the food chain, guys.
That's not good. So the food supply is fucked.
Yeah, it's bad. It's kind of what we're seeing with oil in some respects, right? Like there was too much oil being made.
I was just thinking that. It's very similar to that, except the problem with oil was you just get it for cheaper if you're a consumer. The problem with this is what? You don't get your food anymore, right?
It
At all,
gets worse
because they
than
can't
that.
get it to you, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
It gets worse than that. You can't eat oil and it doesn't die. On Sunday, guys, the chairman of Tyson Foods, John H. Tyson. What are the odds of that, by the way? That's a crazy coincidence.
high.
Yeah.
Very high.
Anyway, he took out an advertisement in the form of a letter in the Washington Post in the Sunday section with a dire warning that, quote, the food chain is breaking down. See, in the last 10 days, Tyson has been forced to close 4 meat processing plants because of rampant infections of COVID-19 amongst their staff. Most recently, the plant in Goodlettisville, Tennessee. It's outside of Nashville, where 120 of the plant staff have confirmed cases of COVID. They had to shut that fucker down, and that was closed over the weekend to do a, quote, deep cleaning,
This
aka
last weekend.
firebombing. Yep.
Okay, that has implications on a later story.
Yeah. So what does this exactly mean, guys? What do these closures mean? Well,
it means the food doesn't get to the grocery store, then it doesn't get to my mouth.
that's very true, Mark, and that's a goddamn shame. And according to Tyson, quote, as pork, beef, and chicken plants are being forced to close, even for short periods of time, millions of pounds of meat will disappear from the supply chain. Continuing, he said, there will be a limited supply of our products.
They're going to figure out. Somebody's going to figure out. This, I'm worried about how much power Bezos is going to have when this is all over.
Well,
because Amazon's going to figure out how to get that meat straight into your mouth. They're going to fly it.
True.
They're going to pick it up with the drones
yep.
before it goes bad, and then fly it into your mouth.
And now truck drivers are finished, and plant workers are finished at the Tyson plant. Yeah, the meat plants. Because I know that I'm not going to learn how to farm. I'll take a drone.
It would take too long. You would die before you learned.
Right.
This is worrisome.
It's pretty much impossible unless you're born into it. Guys, almost a third of U.S. pork capacity is currently down, and you better get ready for skyrocketing prices at the grocery store. But also, that fucking sucks for already struggling restaurants. According to some predictions, they could be unable to source ground beef as early as next week. Right. So that fucking sucks.
Right when they're reopening.
No. See, we
kind of
if we
makes
keep
sense
the restaurants,
in a way, right?
Yeah, if we keep the restaurants closed, then we can still have it for ourselves for the grocery stores, right?
Not so, Wesley. Not so, unfortunately, because
Dude, Wes just eviled his way out of it.
well, Wes might be taking a trip to the
I've got an evil plan.
to some rural towns in America after I tell him this next part. That shit sucks, guys. But what sucks a lot more are the further repercussions caused by the supply chain interruptions, specifically the, quote, millions of animals, chickens, pigs, and cows that will have to be depopulated because of the closure of our processing facilities. Depopulated, a.k.a. killed and not consumed.
Aren't they already depopulated, though, to get processed?
No,
so
no.
they're just incinerate them, right? Like because they have to get killed to turn into food.
It's wasteful, is what
they're
he's
not
saying.
gonna get turned into food. Guys.
Of course, it's wasteful. Yeah, I get that, but they were gonna die if the supply chain wasn't right.
They were gonna die a
die.
delicious death.
Yeah,
but
but
they're
that'll-
also
Okay.
That'll
They're
anger
still
the.
gonna die.
This will
Can't
anger
you-
the gods.
Wait. Couldn't this all be solved by freezers?
Yes, absolutely.
no.
Will. They can.
No, it's-
freezers.
it's too
Right,
big a
freezers.
problem.
Ice.
Will.
Well, why don't you just fly all the animals to Antarctica, do it there?
Again,
Figure it out.
resources. It's a resource issue.
yeah.
This this might sound dark, but if things get really bad, I've got 5 cats. That's at least 6 months of food.
Yeah, that's 5
6
meals.
months.
Honestly, that's
You
5
got
meals.
dogs. You got 2 dogs. You guys have. We all have animals.
You're gonna eat half
Is
the
that
cat.
too dark? Should we cut that?
You're
I
gonna
don't know.
get
Is that too-
stoned and finish the other.
I would
cat.
never.
I'm not
Yes,
eating my
it
dog.
would be very dark, guys. But if
I
this
mean, in
doesn't,
some countries that's not even odd. So
no, it's a delicacy. If
let's
this
keep it
doesn't,
moving. I am going to clock us.
if this doesn't hit home for you, think about it like this. Remember the cartoon Garfield and Friends, right?
Yeah.
Remember, remember the friends, the ones that hung out in the farm, U.S. Acres? Yeah, they're all fucking dead. Orson Pig, dead. Booker and Sheldon, dead. Wade the Duck, dead.
Charlotte's Web, Babe the Pig,
All fucking dead,
that
bro.
Shit, dead.
Shit is getting real, guys. According to Business Insider, Delmarva Poultry Industry Incorporated, a poultry processing plant in Delaware, has made the, quote, difficult but necessary decision to kill 2 million chickens this week as a worker shortage pushes the U.S. meat supply chain toward a breaking point. The cooperative said it looked at all other options, but chicken genocide was the only one. And this is the same for pigs, cows, and everything else delicious in our country.
You think this is big lettuce? You mentioned the town was called Lettuce earlier. You think this is big vegetarian?
It could be big vegetarian. It could be the hippies taking their revenge.
it's big freezer. They're going to need freezer.
Big freezer.
But
yeah,
it says
big freezer.
the animals are going to get too big, so they just got to fucking kill them. They got to waste them, so they're just getting thrown away. So Wes, if you want some prime cuts, man, now's the time to take a little trip.
Yeah. Well,
I bet you got them for cheap too.
I was looking at a freezer for my garage the other week, and now even
People
more
with
so.
freezers are going to love
Now
it.
even more so, I think I'm going to get one and just.
Get it now before
Yeah.
those are going to
you gotta
skyrocket
drive
too.
to
Get
go
it
pick
now.
it up.
Yeah.
Buy the freezer today.
Yep, absolutely. All right, guys, let's move on. This next story is one the fans have been asking for, so we're going to give it to you. We have been accused of leaning left or ducking this story. We've been called lib-cuck
Well,
pussies.
Why haven't we talked about this yet?
Well, I don't know. Let me get into it.
Well, it's an old story. It's a really. Let's start off by saying this is a very old story.
we haven't gotten into
So
it because
let's
No,
not
we-
act like this is brand fucking
no,
new.
it's not
We
brand new.
we fucked up. We should have talked about this a week or so ago.
It's brand new for us, and I think the reason we didn't get
It's
into
much
it.
older than just a week, though.
Oh yeah, much older than a week. I think the
What's
reason.
the story, Wes?
Well, no one's letting me talk, so it's impossible to tell you. But it's the official Democratic Party presidential nominee, the man they are hoping can take down President Trump, the man with the affinity for smelling hair and kissing the heads of young girls and women alike. Talking about President Joe Biden, and more specifically, what we know about the sexual assault allegations against him from his former staffer Tara Reade. Okay,
That's a story, Mark.
Yeah, she adopted
Joe-
the ARA right around when American Pie came out, I think. Probably.
You're talking about Joe Sticky Fingers Biden.
talking about Creepy Joe, as
Yes.
President Trump likes to. No, he's Sleepy Joe, but he really means Creepy Joe. Yeah. But let's get it straight though. It's going to be Tara, not like Tara Reade, like the hot mess actress. We got to say Tara, so we don't get into a Mueller situation for the rest of the time we talk about this shit.
Okay.
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 Hey, Will,
Very
what do you
important.
go by? Do you go by Wheel or do you go by Will Smith? Yeah, because you're not
Will?
a pussy like Tara Reade over here saying.
Okay.
Hard-
But
like
as
hard
you guys were saying, it has been out for a while. We haven't covered it because it really didn't have any legs or legitimacy until some recent revelations that have been coming out.
Well,
that
no, it had legs and legitimacy back in '93, the first time it came.
well, okay. I'm talking about in
Come
the
on,
media.
Will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
out. Okay.
Okay.
Just saying.
Well,
Well, we weren't doing a show in 1993.
Yeah,
Will.
yeah. We weren't doing a show back then. So
We don't know what the story. What is the story with?
Well,
Yeah.
if we can get okay. First, Tara Reade has accused Joe Biden of sexually assaulting her in 1993 when she was working as an aide in his Senate office. Some of her jobs were menial, and one day, one of her tasks was to bring Senator Biden his gym duffel bag. So while doing so, somewhere in Capitol Hill, in a corridor, which is a fancy name for an indoor alley, Reade says that Joe Biden, quote, had me up against the wall, used his knee to spread open my legs, and put his fingers inside of me.
Yeah, that's why I made that inappropriate joke. That's not good.
No,
That is
that's
not-
aggressive.
That's
That's
not
assault,
good.
brother.
That's assault,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah.
That's right. She also claims that after she got emotional and pulled away because, you know, it was assault and she hated it, that Biden looked at her and said, "Come on, I thought you liked me." Then
No, see, I read it differently, and this is where I kind of thought this might have legs, even before you get to the other stuff, is because, like, come on, I thought you liked me. You know how he treats like the construction workers
Right.
and stuff. You know, I read it coming from Joe, and I was like, that's exactly.
He
what
punches her in the arm.
it's like, come on, man. He likes to say that, man.
Come on, man. Yeah, come on, man.
man.
Yeah. I was told you liked me.
Yeah.
This is a mutual thing. Come on,
Long
man.
fingers,
man.
Joe.
Yeah, that's right. Then he got
That's all
angry.
It's hard to even remember him before when he could show that type of enthusiasm. I can't even recall.
No, I
It was
can't.
9 months ago.
Yeah. Then he got angry and said, "You are nothing to me. You are nothing." Before finally grabbing her by the shoulders and saying, "You're okay. You're fine." You know, just kind of calming her down after he,
That's
fucking
gross,
sexually
if that's all
assaulted her.
true. I mean, that's obviously
Jeez, he
terrible.
should have just killed her.
Right. So
That's the worst interaction of all time.
now, before yesterday, this allegation was kind of more of a she said, he said thing. Biden and his campaign have denied the allegations, even though it was found out that Reade claimed she did file a formal complaint against Joe with some Senate office that handles those things, probably a very busy office, after the alleged assault happened and was relieved of her position not long after. The formal complaint, though, cannot be located. So that kind of goes out the window. There's no proof of that. But now new evidence is coming out that seems to corroborate her story. First, a Larry King live taping from 93 when Tara's mother calls in and asks what she should do and that her daughter can, what can her daughter do other than go to the press, and that her daughter has a story to tell about a senator, but is choosing to keep quiet. Also,
Was the Larry King taping? Was it like was it a show about Biden, or it was like they were taking callers and the mom called in randomly? Do we know?
I think it was like a sexual assault kind of show, and the mom called in,
which they have removed from the online archives.
I guess we can't tell, Pax. They removed it, I think.
yeah, it's evidence now. So, anyway, also two friends of hers have now come out and said that after the assault, Tara confided in them and told them of the assault in a very emotional and tearful recounting of the events. One woman was her neighbor, the other a colleague from work. She also said her brother, who she told remembers her telling that old Joe put his hand up her skirt. There's three people that are corroborating.
And the Larry King thing,
Right.
I think the mom said stuff like she called in and was kind of like, she didn't say Joe Biden by name. She was like, hey, my daughter, and I won't say her by name, worked
Yeah.
as a staffer for a very high-ranking Delaware official.
So that's
But I
he's
mean,
the
we-
only one in the last like 100
Right,
years.
but
that
she
fits
wasn't
that
trying.
description.
She wasn't trying to like smear Biden's name, which is why it makes it even more damning.
Right.
It seems like when you look back at it, it's like,
Well, she mentioned she didn't mention any kind of sexual assault. She just said she had a story to tell, and what else can she do?
Yeah,
So-
I'm pretty sure Delaware only gets one senator because they're smaller. So yeah.
That's how. Yep.
So yeah, other people that worked
or
with
two
Biden,
short ones.
other people that worked with Biden in the 90s have been contacted, and none of them have corroborated the story. But maybe none of them knew, or it's total bullshit.
Oh yeah, because all of them knew what happened in the alleyway
Right.
when she was giving him the duffel bag.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
think the real question here is, did he? I already made the joke, so fuck it. Did he
Look,
insert
this-
his fingers?
this- my-
did he
my-
insert his fingers
look,
or not? Because everything
Look,
else is
my self-imposed
For
gag
sure.
order of making fun of Joe is off. I didn't want to beat a dead horse because I was going back to it all the time. But like recently, the last video I saw of him where Dr. Jill is standing next to him and he is just like 1,000 yards staring it, bobbing back and
Yeah.
forth. Like he looks like he's either trying to hold back a shit or he's slipping in and out of consciousness. It's impossible to tell which one. And I mean, like, he's
Well,
had these fucking allegations hanging out since the early 90s.
Yeah.
He's the same guy he's always been. I don't fucking understand why they thought
Yeah.
Bumbly McSunglasses was all of a sudden a new fucking guy in 2020.
Well, Will, here's why. Because now he's the perfect out. Like if they give him a lie detector test, he doesn't remember. He's
That's
not
true.
So
That's
like
true.
It's not like he's gonna get
It's like you
caught.
took a barbiturate. But Will,
He can't get caught.
Will, you're dead on right, man. And like, do you remember when Trump was getting the Republican nomination? Everyone was saying like, this is going to be the end of the Republican Party. Little did we know that it was actually the Democratic Party that was going to fucking end eventually. Because it's like, this is just a comedy of terrible
He's
decisions.
the same guy. Yeah. He's the same guy. He's failed to run for president 3 times in the same party that's now forcing him to be the nominee. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
He's the same guy.
Yeah.
And now he's the same guy, except now he can like barely make it through a public appearance. What is going on?
I don't know. I mean, they need to have some more concrete evidence because right now it's still
2020.
It's just a Kavanaugh thing. It's the exact same thing as a Kavanaugh thing right now.
Trump
it is
right, and then on
allegations,
top
he
of
just
that,
denies it.
That's true. And he
on
will.
top of that,
And
add
Biden's
this, yeah.
denying it, so he's fine. But
Right.
Shouldn't be.
it should be a story that people talk about.
Well, yeah,
it seems like.
and it's tough.
unreal how people are trying to sweep stuff under the rug about his whole campaign.
Well, yeah, and also, you know, several women came forward saying that Joe made them feel uneasy. Never any claims of a sexual assault, but Lucy Flores is a former Nevada Assemblywoman said in 2014 that he made her feel uneasy and gross and confused because he comes up to women and he gives them the Joe special and kisses them on the back of the fucking neck and sniffs their hair, and he's very he's very inappropriate.
I started feeling uneasy when he started to try to breathe in my breath. That's when I felt uneasy.
There's a few thousand boyfriends, husbands, etc. that can corroborate that he makes women feel uneasy.
Well, he got 2 full nostrils
They
of
get-
my
they
wife's
get the
hair.
story.
So.
And now this is what we got to fucking vote. We got to vote for these two motherfuckers for president, one or the other. What? Nice work. America.
What was better with Hillary?
Well,
no,
yeah,
I wasn't. It sucks. It all sucks. It all fucking sucks.
It's 2020. Who gives a shit?
Well, the
You're
Dems
right.
are in a little hypocritical pickle here because, you know, they want to talk about Trump being this kind of guy, and now they got Biden that might be this kind of guy.
Same kind of allegation.
So
you should probably
it's-
at least talk about it. You know.
Oh, they should talk about it. Yeah, and CNN is
put it on the table.
Yeah, CNN's got it on the table now, so they're going to look into it. But it's probably just going to get swept under the rug because there's still he said, she said. So we'll see how it turns out. But that is what is happening so far with the Tara Reade allegations.
I'm just glad I'm finally getting some fucking sleep listening to his podcast. So it's like
Even
I hope
right.
that's
His podcast is terrible. Even if he admits to it, his crew can be like, he just doesn't. He's not all there. Like he's fine either way.
Well,
His
they
fans
are
don't remember.
yeah,
they are
yeah. He doesn't remember things.
they're
I'm
denying.
sorry, I
it.
lost my cool and forgot to clock us, but we are definitely clocked.
Okay.
Wes,
All
we're
right.
going to bet on this.
And that's story was brought to you by predicted.org/promo/hard
Holy
factor
shit,
20.
we're way behind.
I told you it was long. Get a free $20 on us. It will feel like we are softly kissing the back of your neck with free money. What's that scent you're wearing? Oh, that's Eau de Free 20 Dior. For a free sample, go to predicted.org/promo/hard factor 20. So let's look at the nomination market. The news of Tara and the corridors are singing some tunes that investors do not like as the nomination of Joe slipped back. I like that. Tara and the corridors. You guys like that?
that was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The nomination.
This whole thing has been very poetic.
Nomination
It's
of
honestly
Joe.
better than the story.
Yeah, slipped back down to under 80 cents. So people are losing some faith in Joe. They're losing some faith that he's going to get the nomination.
Joe Biden's
No
under 80
shit.
cents to win the nomination.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's under 80.
They're losing some
So come on. So who's like above 7 cents, or who's like, is it spread out?
No, I mean it's 79 and that's it. And no, it's just the
But
ceiling.
What is like Cuomo 8
Oh
cents?
yeah,
Like, what is-
it's all they're all under.
The bottom's
that, yeah.
falling
Yeah,
out,
bottom's
Mark.
falling
The
out.
bottom
Oh
is
my
falling out.
God. It's fucking hilarious.
Biden also slipped 3 cents into who will win the election market down to 43 cents. So the confidence that he can overcome these allegations is not exactly
keep
high.
bumping that one down.
Yeah.
no one Biden at 48 cents like a month ago was quite a pick.
Right. Hey, but if you know, if you think you know best, go to predicted.org/promo/hard factor 20 and get in on the action. It's so much fun to make money off these politicians. It makes politics fun. It's like betting on the WNBA. It just makes it watchable. Predicted.org/promo/hard factor 20.
Oh, that was mean.
That was mean.
Jesus
But it's
Christ.
true.
What the fuck was that?
It's fucking true.
Yo, you better watch out. WNBA players are calling out little internet brats for calling them not good at sports and challenging them
I'm
to
just saying it's more.
basketball
It's
games.
it's
Cheryl
it's,
Swoops
it's,
would kick our
it's more
asses.
fun to
Oh,
watch the
all of them.
WNBA
She's
just
not
like
a
all
current
sports when you
player,
bet
but-
on it. That's all.
Okay, Wes. All right, Kim Jong Un expressed
Way to draw attention to
appreciation
it.
on. Yeah, Kim Jong Un, is he dead? What's going on? Expressed appreciation on Monday to workers building a tourism zone in the region of North Korea, where his signature train was recently spotted in satellite photos.
Thought he was dead, Mark. Wait.
Yeah. So how's that happen, right? Because how's that? good catch, Will. This is yesterday, right? A North Korean newspaper is claiming that the Supreme Leader Kim Jong Un is alive and well, and that's the proof that they have. They said that he wrote a letter, and that said they said respected Supreme Leader Kim Jong Un has sent his thanks to the workers and officials at the construction site of the Wonsan Kalma tourist resort, and that means since he sent a letter, he's alive. Also, like I said, they found his. If you think that doesn't hold water, like I said, they found his train. His personal train, and that shit doesn't leave the station unless Kim Jong Un's in it.
Can we get these motherfuckers a kidnapping? Have they ever seen a kidnapping movie?
Yeah.
You don't just fucking present just a letter. You need a picture.
No, and the train, Pat.
Oh,
which,
yeah,
which
shit, I
was
forgot.
which was a satellite image of just a train.
forgot, yeah.
But he's been on that train. It's his train. Both of those are flimsy. I'll give you that. But South Korean Unification Minister Kim Yon-chul told a closed-door forum in South Korea on Sunday that South Korea has enough intelligence to confidently say that there are no unusual developments, which goes along with what they've been saying, that Kim Jong Un is alive and well. So that one, I will say, is a little bit more concrete than the letter and the train. When South Korea, they wouldn't admit who their intelligence was because it was clearly a spy. By the way, they were talking, they don't want them to get killed, but they're saying,
man, could you imagine being a spy in North Korea? Not a great job.
It'd be tough, but the spy in North Korea is like, he's alive. So that's what's going on. There's a new rumor going around that he missed the 108th birthday celebration of his grandfather, and he's been missing because he's hiding like a coward from everyone because he doesn't want to get the coronavirus because it's running rampant in North Korea. And that I can believe.
Yeah.
Why didn't we think of this before?
He's doing
Yes.
him doing something insanely callous while the whole country just burns makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yep. What do you think, Pat?
I just love how like Trump got asked at the press conference yesterday, is Kim Jong Un dead? And he was like, nope, I can't say. But I do. But he was like, I do know where he is and what he's doing, but I can't say.
Yeah, so someone asked him to comment on it. He goes, "That's breaking news to me. Are you trying to break news here?"
Because he was like,
And then the next
he made
one
a
he
statement on Saturday. He was
Yeah.
like, oh, he couldn't have.
Reading
That's
between the
not
lines,
possible.
they're texting.
And then the second question was, is he alive? And he goes, I know, but I can't say. Well, it turns out, I guess Kim Jong Un is alive and well, and evil, and more evil than ever. He's going to emerge from his train in a month or so after everyone in his country has been exposed to the coronavirus and has been cleared for 14 days, and say that he was away defeating the coronavirus.
If this is real, this makes a lot more sense than just dying to cheese at 36.
Yeah, I'm not a security
39,
expert,
but yeah.
But if I personally, if I was taking care of a leader, if I was like secret whatever, wouldn't put him on a train. Wouldn't put him on something that just has a track, you know.
Yeah.
But when you own the whole country and
Yeah.
like nobody steps to you in the whole country,
Yeah, that's true. No one's going to step to him, Pat. Unless, here's my
Supreme Leader.
My alternate theory is that he's dead, and they are giving the best lookalike 3 weeks to get his act together, like we talked about last time, or they will
situation.
they will disappear him if he doesn't get it
like
together
that.
in 3 weeks. Meanwhile, the sister's actively trying to kill the lookalike, so it's a really tough situation for the lookalike. He's got to learn how to be Kim Jong Un and avoid the sister.
Well, don't you
want
think
that
she probably goes
sister.
after him too? Yeah.
What's that? Pat wants the sister. What'd you say, Will?
I was saying, don't you think she also goes after him? I would think.
See.
Not until
my
he's-
other thing I was thinking, my other thing is if it turns out reports are that Kim Jong Un is dead and she takes charge, then her first victim besides her brother becomes who she paid a doctor to kill in a botched surgery will be her brother's 2.0 Dave Jong Un lookalike.
Oh right, she was involved in the murder of the injection murder.
And is now having to kill all the lookalikes.
Oh my God,
So, yeah.
all the Daves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard she's.
That's what's
I heard
going
she's
on.
married with kids. It's interesting. She's an
I looked
interesting
hard at
lady.
Oh
that.
yeah.
She's an
Yeah,
interesting woman.
like the BTK killer. Everyone that's married with kids is not a serial
I didn't say
killer.
that. I said it's just interesting.
Well, she's a real homemaker, Wes. Yeah.
I looked
she's-
real
she's
hard
a
for that
homemaker.
proof of life letter yesterday. Couldn't find it. I was just taking their word for the fact that there was a letter. They couldn't even find the fucking letter.
Imagine, depending on who takes charge next, if he's not alive, whoever wrote the letter might be dead too, because they really went for it writing the letter. You know, see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's two warring factions in this type of scenario. You're
Yeah,
either
well,
with,
it's
you're either
very-
with the sister or you're not.
It's very like, it reminds me of like like a Game of Thrones or something, or
Right.
like a
Oh, yeah.
or
Big time.
English monarchy, something like that. All right. As we've already covered earlier this week, America, boys, is getting back to work in a lot of places starting right now, pretty much. And thankfully, the shorter press briefings that Pat was mentioning earlier, the Monday one, Trump confirmed that Attorney General Bill Barr may start to sue states for continuing their stay-at-home orders for too long if they're unconstitutional. Trump said it depends on the state, which was an interesting comment. And it would be considered unconstitutional, so Bill Barr would come after you if you stayed closed for too long.
You don't want that. You don't want Bill Barr after
He's
you.
treating Bill Barr like his attack dog. He's like, I don't know what Barr will do. He might come after you.
Oh, that is very much so his role. And he's also maybe talking about the West Coast coalition of governors in California, Oregon, Washington, Nevada, and Colorado have all pledged to, quote, work collectively as a region and individually in each of our states as we execute a plan for economic recovery, unquote. So only time will tell if he's, trying to target those all Democratic governors in those Western states with that comment or not. I mean, I doubt it because the West Coast is opening up probably by mid-May at the latest anyways. I'm not sure what states he may be talking about.
Northeast as well.
Right.
New
Yeah,
York.
so that it could be up there. It could be in the, who knows? Who knows what he's talking about? Obviously, some places need to wait longer than others because the outbreak is at different stages before it'll be safe. Like Tennessee and Georgia are supposed to be safe this week, right, guys? Because they're opening up already.
That's what they say.
No comment.
I told
Right,
my
that's
parents to get out there and start shaking hands, introducing themselves to the neighbors.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, is that what you that was probably bad advice? What's their age? They're old.
Not good.
Bad
70
bad
something?
advice. Yeah,
They
bad
have-
advice.
But they have robot hands.
That's
they have
true.
metal hands. Yeah.
Right. So you thought it was going to be safe, but that could
I think
be
I got
wrong.
these scars.
Tennessee, which Pat mentioned earlier, had a prison outbreak of the virus. Was that what it was, Pat? Was it?
No. Tennessee was where the 120 members of the Tyson chicken plant got sick.
The Tyson chicken. Sorry. So they had a Tyson
It's a
chicken
prison.
plant
It's a prison for chickens. You're right about that.
Right. Chicken prison outbreak. And then they also reopened restaurants this week. But they had their biggest jump in new cases on Sunday, probably some of those prison cases. So it's
Tyson's
hard to tell.
chicken.
Yeah. hard to tell if the jump is just to do with the Tyson's chicken and the additional testing that ran up to Sunday, or is Tennessee opening restaurants at the height of their outbreak, which if they are would be a very bad miscalculation.
That would be terrible. Hoping not. Hoping it was just a bad day.
Right. That's what everybody hopes
Yeah.
for sure. Obviously, you want this to not be the start of a new bump for them. But they also have restaurants reopening with tables being 6 feet apart,
Right.
and the bar area is still closed. Retail in Tennessee is opening on
and
Wednesday
no
as well.
coughing
With similar
coughing in those restaurants.
so
Right? They said you absolutely can't cough in the restaurant.
It's like those
right?
protests
Yeah.
over where
Yeah.
were they like Netanyahu or something? When everyone's 6 feet apart and 1,000
Yeah.
people are there.
How do you yeah, and unless the restaurants are completely open outdoor
Yeah.
space where everyone
With
starts
a
and ends at the same
fan on
time.
top of you, sucking everything straight up in the air.
You crisscross your way within 6 feet of
give you a
people, and
cough
6 feet of
drop
people. That's that doesn't
when
the
you walk
6
in.
feet thing doesn't work when you have a doorway
No, it's-
and a
it's
handle
stupid.
and this doesn't work.
No.
Hey,
That's
Will,
what they're saying.
You might know the answer to this question. Is there a fucking lobby for gyms, barbershops, and nail salons that I didn't know about? Because it seems like all these governors are really touting that. We're going to get these. Even the Texas.
Well, I mean, a lot of people use those. Those are just things that a lot of people really need on a regular basis.
I don't know. Not me.
I mean, I know they don't fit with your
No,
lifestyle.
we
but-
look great.
Damn right.
yeah.
You're damn right.
But they do fit with a lot of people's lifestyle, Pat. And here's another one that fits with a lot of people's lifestyle: sports. With all these people hopefully getting back to work and it not, causing spikes, hopefully sports will be making returns as well, including the NHL, Mark. Or the jersey just for you. They're hoping to get the Canadian and U.S. border reopened, but teams in the NBA and the NHL are starting to look at getting people back into the training facilities as soon as possible in the states that are stopping their lockdowns, as will every other league as soon as they can that's in North America. So coronavirus jersey week number 2 continues, the great one. Alexander Ovechkin. That's who I've got on.
So would that be before July they'd resume the season, like they said earlier? Will, you're saying
they're looking at extending into the summer, and at least for NHL, I think.
Because I did say
the season.
unless these teams completely change their seasons, because the seasons end in June. So
Right.
if it were to start in June or July,
not only extending
that's
into
not
the,
really it's a different season.
Not only extending into the summer, Mark, but also I
Same
think maybe
season,
even having host cities to finish out this
Right.
season. So like,
Right, and
so-
then you'd have to like maybe start the next season like a little later, give them like a very short.
Mark is
off-season.
very concerned about whether his prediction was wrong or not.
I love predicting stuff.
well, also guys, don't know if you knew this, but
just want to clarify out there.
yeah, also don't know if you knew this, guys, but it would be an asterisk. Of course, it wouldn't be a regular
Asterisk.
season.
Thank you. All right, perfect.
But
Thank you.
But well, it would be an irregular season. Also, guys, I don't know if you knew this, but The Last Dance is on ESPN and Netflix right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure nobody's heard of that. So
Yeah.
But I wanted to.
That
a new
is
thing.
very good show. Long show. It's like
Fantastic.
the length of a season.
It's a new thing. I just didn't know if you guys heard.
All right, guys. I hear it's
We got to do a
about,
real light.
Are you going to do a blog about it tomorrow, Will?
I hear it's about polls.
Got him.
A New Jersey police officer is being hailed as a hero after his quick thinking and calm under pressure demeanor helped avoid a near disaster at a Taco Bell in Manahawkin, New Jersey on Sunday, guys. A driver was shamefully waiting for their order of deep-fried salmonella in the Taco Bell parking lot drive-thru when their car burst into flames. That's when a quick-thinking Officer Oler of the Stafford Police Department sprung into action and used his cruiser to push the flaming vehicle out from under the drive-thru and safely into the Taco Bell parking lot where the car could burn to the ground safely.
That's incredible.
Nice.
Wow.
That's awesome.
He
That
did
usually
that-
happens right after someone farts after eating in the car on the way out. But yeah,
I
This
know.
was into the-
Manually moved it.
Yep, he took, they have that grill guard up front, and you could hear like the e-brake, and he was just pushing that fucker. It was a Jeep Liberty or some dumb shit like
Wow.
that. He shoved it right out of the way. He saved, because look, it's sad enough to be fucking sitting in a Taco Bell drive-through, and then it's even sadder when your car lights on fire, but it's the worst when you burn
Sometimes
down the
you want
Taco
that to
Bell for
happen.
the town. No, he was
Yes.
you're kind of hoping you die.
Your mind like started the fire.
Yeah, what if I go? Thanks to the officer's quick actions, the Taco Bell was saved from a fiery fate. The only injuries reported were to the driver's already devastatingly low self-esteem. Take it to the internet real quick. At Regulated Pod says, never get the Diablo sauce. At Mike Philippi says, that's what the food does to your ass after eating it. At R.A. Sellin says, quick thinking. Vehicle fires are incredibly deadly. The amount of plastics, chemicals, and accelerants in a car make them highly toxic. Moving that car to the most remote area of the parking lot probably saved the building and contain the scene of the fire for the Stafford Police. Dustin Miller responds, Taco Bell ain't about to close their store down because some crusty-ass cancer sled wanted to come through and bump a mixtape. And I agree, Dustin.
Wow.
Man.
Well
That's
done.
a good point. I mean, Dustin brings us. If you burn down the town's Taco Bell, that's a bad thing.
You're dead to the town. You got to move.
Yeah. Was that one guy just a firefighter?
He
Yeah, I
looks
know.
like
He was really, but I like Dustin just came
Looks
in
like
with
he's
the
wearing a
dumbest
badge,
comment,
yeah.
period.
He loves protocol.
Yeah. They did it. This is exactly what they should have done.
Yeah.
It's Richard Jewell who wrote that one.
Yes.
Right.
Dustin looks so high in his photo.
All right, guys. So while the mafia may love the coronavirus and the lockdown, there is one group of not so great people that hate it, and that's the cheaters. And I'm talking about the people that have affairs, the cheaters. So it seems like it's much harder to keep up with your affairs during lockdown, and divorce attorneys think as soon as the courts open back up, there will be a surge in new divorce filings because guess what?
That makes sense.
Yeah. Or fake dead people or dead people that were fake corona deaths. Yeah.
There's gonna be all sorts of things coming out of the woodwork, because guess what? Living every waking second with someone is hard. You need breaks like work and happy hours, not only to get away from each other, but also so you can cheat. It gets a little suspicious when you suddenly develop irritable bowel syndrome and have to use that toilet 15 times a day. So that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Just busting nudes from the fake IBS bathroom.
Unless the person you're having an affair with lives in the same apartment complex.
Yeah,
Right.
But it's still, pretty much every affair became a long distance relationship. I didn't think about that. That's tough.
Yeah, no, and those people they all have needs. I mean, the affairs aren't all just fucking. Those people develop feelings and they need
Do
attention.
you think they would resort to fucking their actual partner because of this?
Bro,
Well-
that's tired.
Some of the affairs have ended because of coronavirus, but I think they're just going to go right back to it once it's a little less sketchy. So also people's
It's like me quitting cigarettes.
right, exactly, yeah. Once we get back in the studio, Mark's going to be smoking.
As soon as you have a couple drinks, yeah.
Keep it
Mark's over there. Mark's over there on his high horse talking about not smoking. We all know what's going on.
Yeah.
Also, people's other habits are being exposed, like their porn addiction, alcoholism, and financial troubles. It seems that you can't hide all those bottles whenever you're living in the same house. So you can come home after a happy hour and say you only had one drink when you really had 5. But now those bottles all stack up in the same trash can. And
Harder to hide shit when you spend 24 hours a day with someone.
yep, it's also financial trouble. Seems people are sharing computers more, so people are leaving shit open, getting careless. So their tabs are open. More time to snoop.
Tabs.
Yeah. Kids see an emoji meant for a mistress on the phone. Wife sees a financial tab open. It's also a lot easier to. I mean, it's not good for people that are trying to hide some
Lawyers are
serious
ready.
shit.
The lawyers are ready for
Who
this.
was your source on
Yeah.
this story?
Oh yeah, they're ready.
This is Vice.
Vice came through?
Where I read the article, but it makes total fucking sense to me.
Oh yeah, just I imagine, and this is first of all, cheating is fucking terrible,
Yeah.
and it's bad for both people. But I imagine getting caught cheating is during quarantine is not a
But
great
it is
feeling. Not
yeah,
a great
but
feeling.
This article is
For
largely
either side.
speculative, though, isn't it?
Well, they talked to several lawyers who said they're getting phone
It's written
calls.
by
and-
it's written by someone that was cheated on.
yeah. I mean,
This is happening to everybody, right?
it's logical.
Everybody's catching somebody who's doing this,
Yeah,
right?
It's logical,
right?
It's definitely logical, but I don't know if there's statistics out there yet. So we'll see if the number of divorces go up after coronavirus is up.
The author's husband or wife is in deep shit.
I guarantee you that divorces go up and filings go up after the virus.
I'm sure you're.
Did you write this?
Yeah.
So,
No, honey, that's old. That's old. That's from.
It's it's very
previous
specific.
quarantine.
They're like, and tabs are being opened in Firefox version 12.5.
it was funny because one of the things in the article said that some guy called a lawyer. The lawyer knew that he was like hiding in a closet, trying to be real quiet because he didn't want his wife to know that he's going to file for divorce because he's with his wife all the time.
Got her cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I do?
What can I do? Yeah.
Well, you're on the list.
So that's
after
it.
quarantine. I've got a long list on the list.
Here's
Yeah,
something.
lawyers need to start offering texting.
Just don't
Yeah.
cheat, and you won't have anything to worry about, right?
There you go, Wes. All right, where do you guys think the worst place to be on Earth right now is, besides the closet in that guy's house?
Yeah.
In a cruise ship or a prison.
In a chicken
okay.
coop in Tennessee.
chicken
Pat,
coop.
you got
There
one?
go.
Sunday
You got one? Let's
service.
go. So Will's second guess, he keeps going back to prison, is correct. It's an El Salvadorian prison. Sounds bad, right?
Yep.
And it is. You see, what had happened was the two main gangs in El Salvador pulled an Italian mafia and started to take advantage of the coronavirus. While the police and military were dealing with taking care of citizens, getting sick, and helping hospitals, and not paying attention to the gangs started killing each other at a much higher clip than usual. And 53 people were murdered in like 30 hours over the weekend, this past weekend. And that happened right under President Nayib Bukel's administration, who's a young president who's only been in charge for like less than a year. And his main platform was to limit gang murders and crack down on gang murders. So that's not great.
Why even fucking
Yeah.
try, man? We've been dealing with this goddamn El Salvadorian gang since we were children. It's just ridiculous.
Maybe this is the move. Maybe this is so radical, Pat.
Well, listen to what the president did to these fucking gangs.
MS-13 is El
so-
Salvadoran, right?
Yes,
That's
man.
correct. That's
20
what Pat. That's what he's
25 years
referring to.
ago,
Yeah.
I was told
Yeah.
that some guy named Big Paul was going to come kill me at the Hernan Festival because I talked to a girl that was in the 8th grade class, and I was going to get MS-13.
yeah, we had lots of MS-13.
They cut people's hands off on the trail that we used to bike.
They were
trail we used to-
petrifying.
literally. Yeah.
I didn't even have pubes.
So the president's pissed.
They don't care about that,
Since his
I
whole
don't think.
platform, and they kill you with machetes. So the president's pissed because his whole platform was, cracking down the gangs, and he's claiming that the gang leaders inside the prisons ordered the hits on the outside. So Bukele, the president, went straight to the prisons and said, "You messed with the wrong guy." And on Monday, he announced that the gang members will no longer see sunlight ever again and will be housed with rival gangs. So he warned the gangsters will regret this for the rest of their lives, having made the decision to order the murders from prison. And then he tweeted out images of prison workers boarding up the cells. And so basically he just shoved the gang members, there's 13,000 in El Salvadorian prisons, in 24/7 lockdown in the same cell with rival gang members.
Jesus.
Talk about some domestic violence.
Is he live streaming
Yeah.
that?
Pop up.
So that was a pretty good counter.
Did they put him in there with a mediator? Or?
No, not a mediator. He also, Pat, authorized the use of lethal force on gang members committing violent acts in prison. So if you manage to get out of the boarded up cell, they'll shoot you. Lethal force is allowed now by the prison guards and military guards. He also, it looks like, did a show of power by having all the prisoners lay in a weird connected line in just their underwear with their legs wrapped around each other and their heads down and their hands over their head, while like human centipede style, while the guards with the machine guns just pointed guns at them. And they did like a giant prison shoot, like photo shoot in all the prisons.
That's just psychological.
Yeah.
They're just
The president just fucking took a shit on
psych out.
There's one thing I know about El Salvadorian culture. It's you don't want people thinking you're gay, and that is one way to. Yeah, there's one way to get
it was dick to rear end. I don't. The fucking president's acting like the head of the gangs. Like the way he's responding is pretty insane.
He's like the Lord in
fight fire
Shawshank.
with fire, Mark.
Yeah. I hope he has a good security detail.
Yeah.
You think so?
Right.
Well,
Right.
Yeah, he's definitely going to get offed for sure.
I mean,
they're gonna put him on a train.
don't you think that, like, I don't know if they operate the same way Mexican cartels do, but if you fuck with them this much, they come after government officials.
Yeah, I mean, if you put a gang leader in a precarious situation and then take a photo of him and embarrass him, chances are there's going to be some retaliation.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yep. But
Especially if you maybe found out that he liked it. You know what I mean?
and you point and laugh. Yeah.
Yeah, be glad you're not in which I'm not laughing.
No.
MS-13 if you're listening.
Neither am
or
I.
the 18th Street Gang. Not funny to me. Yeah.
Well, we'll see how that pickle of a situation plays out. Oh, you wouldn't want to be one of those guys. I saw you tweet that earlier, Mark. That's the worst place to be.
Yeah, count your
ever.
blessings that you're not in El Salvadorian prison right now.
Yeah, that
Could be worse.
could. Really could. Put things in perspective. All right, here's another place that sucks. We're taking it back to the space corner. So, we've got another shocker. Oh, my God. The Pentagon has confirmed that the tapes of the UFOs that the guitarist from Blink-182 and the tactical version of Guy Fieri showed us on the History Channel series last year are indeed real UFO videos.
They didn't say they're real UFOs.
What's the tactical version of Guy
Yes, they
Fieri?
did.
Like,
They just declassified them. They didn't say these are definitely alien. Well, they didn't say. I guess that UFO is unidentified.
They did.
No,
They did
Wes,
say it was
they're
UFOs.
They're not saying they're aliens from another fucking planet.
Whoa. They 100% said they're UFOs.
fuck
That-
you,
UFOs.
Wes.
UFOs
Sorry,
are
sorry, they didn't
unidentified
have-
flying object. Just know what they don't know what the fuck it is. This doesn't mean there's a little green man in there.
Sorry,
there
sorry,
you
I didn't
go.
give you an
now
alien
you're
hand
talking
job.
correctly. Yeah. Well, there you go. But they did say they were UFOs.
Okay, well,
Or was it
when
new
you say UFO,
classification?
you're kind of it
They
is a
did say
misleading
UFOs.
thing.
It's fucking
But
cool,
no,
Wes.
Wes. Yeah, Wes. No, Wes is exactly right, guys.
Wes
Don't-
is scared of aliens.
Guys, just calm down. Wes is exactly right. Because the Pentagon
scared.
just basically told us to be very scared, very afraid. We're in a world where the Pentagon says that there are UFOs, Wes, but that they don't, Wes, correctly know what they are.
Right.
So basically, thanks for nothing.
Right.
That's the U part.
DOD.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you know,
I
it
got
would be
news for
nice.
you. I got news for you, government. It ain't gonna work. The global pandemic didn't bring us together. The UFOs aren't gonna bring us together.
Yeah.
People are assholes.
I think it was
That's
tiny
fucking
anyway.
unimpressed.
Look,
Yeah.
no. If they could prove where the alien bases are on the bottom of the ocean, then I could maybe get behind this thing as like a uniting cause. But until then, it's just saying that tactical Guy Fieri was right, and that's Hank Elizondo, by the way, Pat. So.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, SpaceX in Boca Chica, Texas, where Elon Musk is spending much of his time these days. The Starship has passed the cryogenic pressure test on Sunday night, proving that you can safely sit inside the SpaceX Starship inside the vacuum of space while you hurtle towards the Martian colony to serve the remainder of your days working your space fare off at the Gigafactory on Mars.
For the rest of your
The
life.
worst decision you'll ever make.
You can, while your muscles deteriorate and you're stuck on a spaceship forever.
We got a free place to stay down there. Why the? We should go, man.
Where?
Boca Chica?
Boca Chica.
Yeah, you guys should go.
We should go.
Why not?
How far away from Austin is Boca Chica?
It's like right by Port Aransas, like 3 hours.
Let's go.
Right. Once flights are back, I could be into
Come
that
through,
road
fly to
trip.
Corpus, bro. We'll pick you up.
Well, let's do it. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor this Tuesday. I'm sorry. I will have to bring back the clock again. We've run long, but maybe we'll put up a poll. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. As always, thank you for listening. Make sure you're following the Hard Factor News YouTube page to get full daily videos and clips. Excellent YouTube page. Make sure you're following all the hosts at Hard Factor Mark, Pat, Wes, and Will on both Twitter and Instagram to keep up with the latest from us directly. Be on the lookout for another Hard Factor boat race invitation coming very soon. This time the Hardo Hive is going to be in charge. It's going to be much, much better.
Bubba's
run.
going to be there.
Yeah.
Bubba gonna run.
Anything
Bubba
else?
gonna help run it?
Anything
Bubba-
else? Does Wes?
Bubba's going to keep us in line.
What?
Yeah.
Does Wes not believe in aliens?
No, I don't believe that this is a the government says now there's aliens.
You don't believe this is a smoking gun?
No.
The declassification
No.
by the Pentagon?
No.
That's
The
like
Pentagon saying UFOs are real isn't anything to
Yeah.
you.
This is like CNN saying that Joe Biden had sex
No,
with
I don't.
raped 12 women.
I don't
This is
think
like-
this is
No?
an admittance that there are aliens.
Just fucking
And-
take
just
the gift,
UFOs
bro.
that we don't know what they are.
It's like
Pentagon.
Wes.
Okay.
Wesley's
all
the first pair of fake
right.
tits.
Pentagon
He's like,
admits there's UFOs.
I thought they'd be bigger.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was a small
well,
little
it's a-
thing. Look, I don't know. It didn't look very
Well,
impressive.
it's a landmark
Whoa.
moment in human history. So
yeah. Not to Wes.
Not for Wes.
Not. I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think it means much.
thanks, Wes. Really put the cherry on top of that story. So most importantly, everybody, go have yourself a great fucking Tuesday.